Okay, so let's talk about dates. You see them everywhere, right? They're in those fancy health bars. People use them as a natural sweetener. They're basically the poster child for a healthy snack. But have you ever stopped to think, is this so-called health food actually messing with our blood sugar more than we realize? Well, we're about to find out.
So that's the big question, isn't it? Are dates truly this wholesome snack we've all been led to believe they are? Or are they just a sugar bomb hiding in a healthy-looking costume? Let's put them to the test and see what's really going on.
So how are we going to get to the bottom of this? Simple. We're going to look at a straightforward experiment. No complicated theories, no maybes. Just a real-world test using a continuous glucose monitor to see exactly what happens when you eat a couple of dates. And here they are, our test subjects. We're not talking about a huge bowl of them, just two, count 'em, two medjool dates. This test was actually part of a whole series looking at different foods. And honestly, what's more fitting to look at than dates? All right, let's break down the numbers here. For just these two dates, which weigh about 44 grams, you're looking at around 105 calories. But check out that last number. That's the one we're really interested in today, 26 grams of sugar. Whoa. Let me put that into perspective for you, because 26 grams can feel a bit abstract. That is literally the same as spooning 6 level teaspoons of pure white sugar into your mouth, from just two little dates. So knowing that, the big question is, what on earth did that do to the body? Okay, this is it, the moment of truth. We know the sugar content is crazy high, but hey, dates have fiber, right? And fiber is supposed to slow everything down. So which one wins, the sugar or the fiber? Let's see what the glucose monitor had to say. So what happened? What did those 6 teaspoons of sugar do to blood glucose levels once they were in the system? And there it is, an increase of 38 milligrams per deciliter. Okay, so you see the number, but what does that actually mean? Is that good? Bad? Let's unpack it. A 38-point spike. Well, you'd call that moderate. It's not a crazy 5-alarm fire kind of number, but it is absolutely not a low one either. I mean, think about it. That's a pretty significant jump for just 2 pieces of fruit. But you know, a number like 38 doesn't mean much on its own. It's just floating in space. To really understand the impact, you need context. We need to see how this spike stacks up against other foods. So first up, let's put it next to another fruit. A good-sized portion of mango, about 250 grams, clocked in with a 40 milligram per deciliter spike. Our two dates are right there in the same ballpark. So, okay, so far so good. Sweet fruit acts like, well, sweet fruit. Makes sense. But hold on, that comparison was kind of expected. Get ready, because here's where this whole story takes a turn that is genuinely surprising. This next part might completely change how you think about dates. Just look at this. This is wild. The blood sugar spike from two so-called healthy dates is basically identical to eating 2 pieces of gulab jamun, that's fried dough soaked in sugar syrup. And it's the exact same as eating 4 pieces of kaju katli, which is pure cashew and sugar fudge. So much for that fiber slowing things down, huh? So wow, seeing dates go head-to-head with traditional desserts and basically tie, that's a bit of a shock to the system. This really forces us to kind of rethink where dates belong in our diet. It's time for a new mental category for them. And this phrase just nails it. Instead of thinking of dates as some kind of super health food, it's way more accurate to think of them as better mithai. Now, mithai is a word for Indian sweets, so this is saying we should treat dates like a better sweet, something that hits the sweet spot but does it in a smarter way.
Okay, better sweet. I like that. It's a great concept. But what does it really mean? I mean, if the blood sugar impact is the same as candy, what exactly is the better part of the deal?
Ah, and here's the win-win. Yes, they spike your blood sugar like a dessert, and they will absolutely crush a sugar craving. But unlike processed candy, dates are completely natural, and they don't show up to the party empty-handed. They bring vitamins, they bring minerals, and yes, that valuable fiber. So you get the treat, but you also get a ton of nutritional benefits. So let's just lock in this definition, this key takeaway. A better sweet is a food that does the job of a dessert. It hits that sweet tooth, but it also delivers real, actual nutritional value. It's not a free-for-all health food, but it's a much smarter swap for a regular sweet. You know, this whole experiment just proves that the line between health food and treat can get really, really blurry. It's not about things being good or bad. It's about understanding what a food is actually doing inside your body. So that leaves me with a question for you. After seeing this, what so-called healthy food are you going to look at a little differently now?